Today, we're diving into a really fascinating mix of geography, psychology, and business. We are going to look at how a rigorous, multifaceted branding framework can actually revitalize a struggling tourist destination. So if you've ever wondered why some vacation spots absolutely boom while others just kind of fade into obscurity, you're definitely in the right place.
It's a pretty striking question, right? How exactly do you save a declining island paradise? Picture this, a stunning archipelago, breathtaking beaches, crystal clear water, rich culture. It's a place that seemingly has it all. Yet for some reason, the tourists just stop coming. The numbers dwindle. This isn't just a hypothetical. It's a real phenomenon that affects local economies and livelihoods all over the globe. Today, we're going to unpack the exact science of diagnosing and curing this very problem.
Okay, here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the Koh Chang problem, move into what destination identity actually is, break down the 6 identity dimensions, look at defining the brand, and wrap up with marketing and management strategies. Let's get right into it. Section 1. The Koh Chang problem, or the symptom of a declining paradise. So Koh Chang Marine National Park, we're talking about a breathtaking 42-island archipelago in the Gulf of Thailand, sitting just about 8 kilometers off the shore. It's actually the second largest island in Thailand, right behind Phuket. But here's the thing. Despite being this beautiful, highly developed destination, it experienced a really sharp, concerning decline in tourist arrivals after hitting a peak in 2010. We kind of have to frame this drop in tourism as a severe medical symptom. For a location where the hospitality industry is literally the economic engine, a sudden drop in visitors isn't just a statistical blip, you know? It's a full-blown crisis for local businesses, governments, and the broader economy. They desperately needed to diagnose the root cause and find a cure.
Moving right along to Section 2, what is destination identity? The diagnosis.
To cure this plunge in visitors, stakeholders had to figure out who they were to the rest of the world. Now, a destination identity is essentially a person's self-image or desired image, combined with the unique combination of services and experiences of a place. It's not just a marketing gimmick. A true destination identity is formed by combining the collective views of local stakeholders on the supply side, so the tour operators, the locals, the government, with the perspectives of the tourists themselves on the receiving side. It's that critical intersection of what the locals promise and what the tourists actually experience when they show up.
All right, Section 3, the 6 identity dimensions. This is the framework.
Knowing what an identity is in theory is great and all, but how do you build one from scratch? For that, we look to Acre's destination identity model. What's really interesting here is how it visualizes the framework. Notice how it takes the sender side, the stakeholders, and the receiver side, the tourists, and funnels their perspectives into a central destination identity. And surrounding that core identity are 6 distinct dimensions: culture, character, personality, name, logo, and slogan. Basically, if a destination can define and align all 6 of these elements, they create this incredibly powerful, cohesive brand that tourists simply do not forget. Section 4, defining Koh Chang's brand. Let's apply the cure. To apply this framework directly to our patient, Koh Chang, researchers went deep. They conducted 50 in-depth interviews with local stakeholders and tourists just to uncover the authentic DNA of the island. And what came out of it was brilliant. They took the original name, Koh Chang, and turned Chang into a highly memorable acronym that anchors the entire brand for visitors. Check this out. C is for completeness, H for historical attraction, A for agro-tourism, N for natural attractions, and G stands for green tourism. Instantly, the name itself becomes a communicative tool, reminding absolutely everyone exactly what the island stands for.
Next up is the slogan. The researchers and stakeholders ultimately landed on Oriental Eden. It's short, it's evocative, and it conveys a rapid promise to the tourist. The second you hear it, it promises a sense of completeness, lush natural beauty, and a deeply emotional, almost paradise-like experience.
Then we have the visual identity, the logo. A truly great logo has to translate that slogan and name into visuals. For Koh Chang, this meant combining concrete elements, like an elephant, coral, and the sea, with abstract feelings of peace and relaxation. And the main colors? Green-blue for sure. This visually paints a picture of a pristine marine national park before a tourist has even booked their plane ticket.
To round out the whole identity, you have to separate its personality from its character. Koh Chang's personality is defined as sincere, rugged, and sophisticated. It has this really charming, outdoorsy vibe. But its character, the real, core integrity of the place, is rooted in its intact nature, great weather, and incredibly honest, welcoming locals.
It's a culture deeply tied to environmental conservation. When you combine all of this, you've got a fully realized destination identity.
Which brings us to Section 5, Marketing and Management Strategies, the treatment plan.
Okay, so the island's unique identity is completely locked in. But how do local leaders actually manage and market it to the world? This flowchart shows the complete treatment plan. It effectively takes that core identity we just built at the top, the culture, character, slogan, logo, and funnels it straight down into specific destination positioning. From there, it drives the actual marketing management right at the bottom. This ensures that every single flyer, every tour guide script, and every social media post is perfectly aligned with the island's core DNA. To execute this marketing management, they deployed the 8 Ps of marketing. Think of this as an actionable checklist. It ensures that place and product focus heavily on eco-friendly, green tourism. It looks at price to ensure good value. It dictates promotion, programming for daily fun activities, and packaging of tourism calendars. And crucially, it involves people and partnership, making sure that local citizens, small businesses, and public officials are all working seamlessly together to deliver on the brand's promise. Now, this framework builds into real, on-the-ground action. The specific actionable steps for Koh Chang Marine National Park included creating robust activity tourism programs and maintaining a solid, year-round tourism calendar. It also meant focusing heavily on establishing an ecotourism village model so that those natural resources are fiercely protected. Finally, it required opening transparent, integrated communication channels, really relying on positive word of mouth and smart celebrity endorsements to spread their new identity.
To conclude this explainer, I want to reflect on this really powerful thought from the researchers that captures the core philosophy of successful branding. Different is not necessarily better, but better is always different from most others. Koh Chang didn't need to invent some fake identity to succeed. They just needed to rigorously define what authentically made them different and then communicate that flawlessly. It kind of leaves us wondering, if we apply this exact same 6-part framework to our own local towns and cities, how much better could our own local destinations be?